Yeah, I am. And I searched in my basement at home, and I actually found a first-hand account journal from my great-grandfather. It was about his living and working conditions as a factory worker.
Wow, this looks really old.
It was, and I read about their living and working conditions. They were bad. My great-grandfather, his working conditions weren't very good at all. He worked, of course, in a factory, and the pay was very low. So that didn't help him with his poor family. And there was tons of pollution in the air, and the machines were dangerous. People worked long, hard hours with very little lighting. It was very bad from what my grandfather says. And his living conditions were even worse. He and his family, he had 8 other siblings, they all lived in a tiny one-bedroom apartment called a tenement, which was basically called the slums to people. And it was very poorly lit. They barely had any blankets. They had no sewage system or no fresh drinking water. Plus, they had tons and tons of rats, which contributed to disease.
Yeah, it would spread really fast because of how close they were.
Yeah, I could see how angry people were. That's why my great-grandfather joined a labor union. He and his friends were just tired of the poor conditions that they had. They often went on strikes, and they even destroyed their machines, which is how I got that piece of the machine that I brought into yesterday. It was a hard time for people in the Industrial Revolution, but some people were afraid to join because they would get fired or jailed, but the Luddites, they really didn't care. They wanted people to listen to them, and they wanted the government to listen to them. So they went on strikes, they destroyed machines. It was a hard time for everyone. My grandfather wrote about some shocking accounts in there of people being beat up and hurt and killed because they were Luddites.
Yeah, I've seen some of these.
It's to wonder that my great-grandfather lived as long as he did. With the disease and his poor family, hunger was often very common with families that were very large, like my great-grandfather's. I don't see how they ever did it.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think that's all I have. I'll probably want to keep the rest of my stuff at home for my family. It is part of my heritage, and I do want to read it. I want to get to know all this stuff and really find out what connection I really have to all of this.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.